Hello and welcome to part 2 of the xptemplate for the Compleat Newb tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to configure xptemplate and write your first snippet. This tutorial assumes you're using xptemplate in conjunction with Pathogen, as described in the previous tutorial, and that xptemplate has already been installed in ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate. Now the first thing you'll want to do is tell Vim where to find xptemplate's help files, so that you can read its documentation. To do that, open Vim and type :help tags ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate/doc. Now you'll be able to read the xptemplate documentation by simply typing :help xptemplate. Next, we're going to create a directory that will be used to store our own personal snippets. In your shell, type mkdir/.vim/xptemplate_personal_snippets. You could of course name this directory anything else you want, but for this tutorial we're just going to use this name. The next step is to load some useful settings. You can get these settings from the following website. Or you can pause this video at any point and manually copy the settings from your screen. The settings should then be appended to the end of your vimrc, and Vim should be restarted for the settings to take effect. The comments next to each setting should give you some idea of what they're for. If you want more detailed information, please refer to the xptemplate documentation. During these tutorials, I'll assume you're using these settings exactly as you see them here. Once you've completed these tutorials, feel free to change the settings to anything you like. Now that you've added these settings into your vimrc, you're almost ready to make your first snippet. But first, we need to take a little detour and talk about what directories xptemplate usually looks in for its snippets, and how xptemplate snippet files are named. Under the main xptemplate directory, ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate, there's a directory named ftplugin. This directory contains the subdirectories for each file type that xptemplate has default snippets for. Furthermore, xptemplate uses the following naming convention for its snippet files. A given file type snippets are always stored in a file named filetype.xpt.vim, where filetype is just the name of the file type in question. Let's put all of this together with an example. Suppose you want to look at the default snippets for the HTML file type. You would look in ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate/html/html.xpt.vim. Snippets for the Lua file type would be in ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate/ftplugin/lua/lua.xpt.vim, etc. Simple. If you should ever need to change any of the default snippets or add your own, you can do that from your own personal snippet directory, which we'll look at next. You should never need to change anything in the ~.vim/bundle/xptemplate/ftplugin directory, because your personal snippets will override them. But you should know that it's there, in case you want to look at how the default snippets are written. Also, you should know about that directory because the personal snippet folder will mirror its structure. Let's look at it now. Say you want to make some of your own Lua snippets, or override some of the default Lua snippets. Since the structure of your personal snippet directory mirrors the default snippet directory, you'd put your own snippets in ~.vim/personal_snippets_snippets/lua/lua.xpt.vim. So, as an example, let's go ahead and do just that. Please note that I'm just using the Lua file type purely as an example. Of course, you can use whatever file type you like instead. I'm going to use the Lua file type in this tutorial, but I'm not going to write any Lua code. I'm just going to write some nonsense to demonstrate some of the features of xptemplate and get you comfortable with writing your own snippets. So let's get started. mkdir-p /.vim/xptemplate _ personal _ snippets /ftplugin /lua. Then edit your personal Lua snippet file by typing vim /.vim/xptemplate _personal _ snippets /ftplugin /lua/lua.xpt.vim, and type the following: xptemplate with the xpt capitalized, space priority equals personal, skip a line, xpt capitalized, and lowercase foo, and the next line types lowercase bar. And you can just save that. If you want to make sure that you've typed everything correctly, you can load this snippet from the URL that you see on your screen. This is probably close to the simplest xptemplate snippet possible. Let's test it out. The simplest way to do that is to edit a file named test.lua in a new Vim instance. If you'd rather, you can also open test.lua in an existing Vim instance and hit Alt F1 to have xptemplate load up the snippet that you've just written. Now that you're editing test.lua, you can try typing in insert mode, foo, and hit F1. If everything works, you should see foo change into bar. If this doesn't work for you for some reason, try double checking that you've carefully followed the instructions in these tutorial videos to set up xptemplate, that you've spelled the directory and file names correctly, and that you've written the snippet just as it appears in this video and on the web page linked to earlier in the video. And you might also want to quit and restart Vim and try again. If after all this it still doesn't work, come to the Vim channel on the Freenode IRC network and ask for help there. We'll try to help you get things sorted out. One other source of help you could try is asking on xptemplate's Google group. That's where Dr.XP, xptemplate's author, can be found. And he should be able to get your xptemplate's problem fixed, if anyone can. Alright, from here on I'll assume your first snippet worked. Now we can spend a couple of minutes analyzing how it works. Let's take a look at that code again. Notice the first line. All of your personal snippet files should start with the same first line. It sets the priority of the snippets in this file to personal. This will make the snippets in this file override all the default snippets. So, if there was a default snippet named foo, your snippet named foo in this file would take precedence. And it would be your snippet and not the default that would be triggered when the user typed foo and hit the snippet trigger key, F1. For more information on priorities, see :help space xpt-priority-value. Now let's take a look at the next line. xpt foo. This is how you name your snippet. Foo is your snippet's name. Notice that despite your calling the snippet foo, the word foo does not appear anywhere after the snippet has been triggered. What appears is everything following the line containing the snippet's name. In this case, what follows the snippet's name is bar, so bar is what will appear after the user types foo and hits F1. We've just created a very simple substitution, virtually identical to what we could have easily done using Vim's native map feature. This doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what xptemplate is capable of. And for that, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until the next xptemplate for the Compleat Newb tutorial. At least I hope everything in these tutorials so far has been easy to understand, and I hope you're beginning to feel that maybe xptemplate is not so scary after all. I hope to see you in the next tutorial, where I'll cover how to write slightly more complex, but still basic snippets.